Hello and welcome to CadoinkStudios. I am Cadoink and I am here today with the second game in the best of 3 series between LiquidJinro and Adel, and I apologize, I'm so sorry for not getting these games up sooner. But I haven't been able to cast that much. I've been really busy. 2 weeks ago was the beginning of midterms. K-State doesn't really have midterms, but it kind of has midterms. It was just like a 2-week span where I had a ton of tests and a ton of projects. And so I was doing that, and then now I'm on spring break, and so I had to travel 11 hours to get home, and yeah, so I haven't had a lot of time to cast games, but I've been trying to upload them still, and so now that I have a week off, I'm going to try to do a few more games and try to upload them as the week goes on. I did a StarCraft with Starminator yesterday, and then the day before that I did some more casts with Bo3, which I'm having a lot of fun casting with Bo3. Kind of a learning experience. It's good to co-cast with someone because you get to kind of bounce off each other, and it's a lot of fun, and so you should see more of that to come in the future. So anyway, I'm back and we're going to finish this Jinro series. This is the second game in the best of 3. So we have LiquidJinro spawning on the bottom left hand corner of Antiga Shipyard as the yellow Terran, and his opponent is the orange Protoss, Adel, spawning in the top right. Now I think I figured out what this M, like not equal to sign, I think that's a team. I believe I've seen other players with that sort of tag, I guess you could say. So yeah, that is new knowledge to me, but at the same time it's pretty cool. So like I said, this is the second game. Jinro took the first game on Shakuris Plateau, and so we will see who will take this game. So right now some pretty normal stuff from both players. Jinro is walling off with his barracks, and he's going to be putting a depot there soon. Might get an early expansion as he does have this. Nope, he's just going to mine it and then come back and probably not finish his wall. I don't know what the purpose of that was. I guess he's going to go down and finish this wall sooner or later. And back in Adel's base, we do have just gateway, cybernetics core, usual stuff. Jinro scouting that out, probably isn't suspecting too much craziness, as this is a very standard build for Protoss players. Basically here's where the variation comes in. Will he go robo? Will he go more gateways? Will he take an expansion? He only has 1 gas right now, so I don't foresee robo, and he is floating a lot of minerals, so I do think he is going to build an expansion. In fact, yes, he's going to his nat, and there's the Nexus. In the meantime, Jinro is getting up his expansion as well, starting at probably 3-minute 30-second mark, something like that. So yeah, normal things from both players. Maybe going for a more macro-oriented game, as both of them have expanded. So we'll see what's to come. Jinro building a bunker here. This is very good. This is something I'm having a huge problem with. I go early expand builds, and then Protoss players just come in and just crush me in like the first 8 minutes of the game. And so I really have to get this bunker up. So I like seeing this bunker by Jinro. Also opting to get a 3rd command center, so he is going to be going a fast 3rd, which is interesting, but it's going to leave him pretty vulnerable. He may know about this. No, he does not know about it, so I don't know why he's opting to do this. It seems like a bit of a risk to me, especially just with 1 bunker. I have huge problems in the beginning game, even with a bunker, so sometimes I put up 2 and some supply depots. So this is very risky, and Adel is going to pop up here sooner or later with his probe and his zealot, and he's going to see that there's not that many things. There's just a bunker and a marine, and they might even get up into the base. Wow, that is awesome by Adel, allowing his probe to get in and do some scouting by kind of sacking his zealot. And so he did spot that command center, and he knows that Jinro is going to be very vulnerable, and so he's putting down some more gateways. In fact, he's putting 2 more. Currently at 5 gateways, I believe, and yeah, it looks like he's going to do some sort of early push if he can, getting some sentries off to do some force fields. Force fields are can be very aggressive. You can force field these bunkers like here and here, and then the SCVs can't come and repair it, and it keeps the Marines and Marauders back, so it's basically 1 bunker against the whole army, and then they can push forward and do it again to the other bunkers. And I think Jinro kind of knows that this is coming, so he's building this bunker here, and he might even build a 3rd bunker here or here, just in anticipation of an early attack. In fact, yeah, 4 sentries on the way. going to be able to do some awesome force fielding action. And Adel's getting his natural saturated, I lost the word for a second, and he has finished warp gates, and so he is warping in some units, probably going to be building a pylon here as he does have a probe somewhere around here, yeah. So he can warp units in on the fly. He's going for a very aggressive play right now, and I think he wants to try to break the front, and I don't blame him. Jinro using this orbital basically just to build SCVs and to cast down mules, so he's not even taking advantage of this third, because in Antiga Shipyard this is a pretty close third, and that's one of the things I like about the map, and I think that's one of the things Jinro was thinking about. Wow, even moving his SCVs here in anticipation of this attack. And here comes a few stalkers and observers, but I don't think they're going to push right now. They're waiting for a large amount of stalkers, and they come in. Going to be force fielding these bunkers, and see the SCVs cannot get to repair it. Jinro unloading his bunker to move these Marines back. Very nice. But this is not looking good for Jinro, as the Protoss army hasn't been touched at all. I don't think any damage was taken, maybe a few hits on the sentries, but at the same time he was able to pick off that bunker, and now Jinro's kind of in a panic mode, keeping his SCVs here, building a few more bunkers, actually moving them to the front so they don't get force fielded the same way. But look at this, reinforcing his army. He has a ton more stalkers. Adel's going to go back in, going to cast down some more force fields, I'm sure. Yep, there's a few keeping the SCVs away from the bunker. Very nice force field. Adel shooting down everything, and now he is down to just one bunker, one finished, but kind of out of position with nothing in it, and this one looks like it'll probably go down before it's even finished being built. Adel getting in there with his stalkers. He will be able to pick off this bunker, even with the SCVs repairing it, and Jinro's in a lot of trouble here. He doesn't have much in the way of an army. Wow, and this bunker does get finished, and he does manage to load it up, and he will be repairing it with the SCVs. It's going to keep him alive just a little bit longer. But these are like his first two Marauders I've really seen, and with a stalker-heavy army like that, you're going to need Marauders. So he does manage to push Adel back, but look at this. Adel reinforcing with Zealots, knowing that those Marauders are on the way, and knowing that he doesn't really need that many Stalkers anymore, so he's going to be going in, picking off these SCVs with the Zealots, and the bunker will go down very shortly. There. Oh wow, he unloaded it, and then it survived. But the bunker does finally go down. Jinro doing a really good job at like staying alive, but Adel manages to get this pylon built right here, and so he's going to be warping right in Jinro's base, quite literally. Now Jinro's just kind of sitting back, picking off some supply depots, not trying to bite off more than he can chew. And Jinro's now down to two very spread out bunkers. So this is looking very bad. Jinro pulling off all his mules now to try to repair the bunker, but the bunker does go down. A few more stalkers being warped in on the low ground, and man, he just has too many Marines. Jinro really needs to be getting Marauders up for all these stalkers. And at this point it looks over. The final bunker goes down, and Jinro has lost basically his whole army. Only thing keeping him alive now is this little wall, allow him to build a few more Marauders, but with an army of this size and a pylon, excuse me, this close, it's not looking good. Adel getting up into Jinro's base, picking off as many SCVs as he can, and yeah, this is a last-ditch effort by Jinro, sending off all his SCVs. I imagine he'll GG any second now, and there's the GG. So yeah, nice. Congrats Adel for taking the second game. We will go into a game 3 between Jinro and Adel, both very good players. Kind of a bummer to see Terran lose, as I am a Terran player, but he could win in the third game. I do not know what happens. And yeah, that was very nice by Adel, spotting that command center and going, oh wow, he's not going to have any units. I'm just going to push his front and kill him. And that's what he did, and he was very active at, actually Jinro had a little Marine there, very active at keeping pylons around the map and warping them in so he can continue the constant pressure, just keeping Jinro on his toes, like, oh no, what do I do, what do I do? And putting him in kind of a panic mode. In fact, he didn't even need to take a third, which he could have, considering how many minerals he had, but I think Adel knew he kind of had that game won. So, once again, good job Adel. The third game is to come. Thank you all for watching. This is Cadoink at CadoinkStudios. You can check me out at youtube.com/user/CadoinkStudios, or just type in CadoinkStudios in the search bar, and I should have more games up this week. So I'll see you guys later.